enough to get myself into a lot of trouble and not much smarter.
That we know. And there's research on
I'm
that.
asking about the
Let me ask the people that are like, yeah, they should have never given him any information. Is it only because it's Trump, or are you okay with no information? You guys are making this.
I would just like to ask, would you mind if I get modded just so I could deal with your trolls? That's the only reason I want
What trolls? What are you talking about?
to like, yo.
How am I troll? Because I disagree.
Ben, I want to hear from you on this.
Jesus Christ.
No. You guys are making this sound like this black. I think you guys heard me when I said two things can be right. Two things can be right at the same time. I agree with Marshall. No one should withhold shit from the president because he's the president. You guys work for him. At the same time, I can see the reason why these motherfuckers were withholding things from him because he has the most secretive secrets that America, he can just let it out there. So I do understand. However, if you do that and withhold shit from him, expect the consequences that could follow. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Real quick, has he done that yet at all? I don't know if he claims that people were withholding that. He has this like fiction that he will do it. He's had like almost close to, he's, what is it, 6 years to do that. I mean, dude. Your boy is arresting folks claiming that they used the box cutter to cut a 350-foot slit on, what do you call it? On the reflection tool. So I don't put it past him if he thinks that this is.
You can arrest people for that sort of shit. It doesn't make it truthful, but you can arrest somebody for that.
He had confidential information.
My point is, if
like
he
literally,
just that low.
That's not the point. The point is, as the chief executive officer.
Are you even letting me finish my own point?
I'm sorry, I thought you were done.
Give it 31 seconds. If you can put that low to arrest folks that he claims cut a slit on something that him and his team fucked up, why do you think he hasn't arrested somebody that he claims did this shit? I don't know if I make sense. Did I make sense?
No.
I think you did.
No, I was having a hard time following.
That's the thing that you need to ask if you made sense.
I know C got it. Thank you, C. All these MAGA folks
on drugs. He's usually on drugs, so like no one else.
Excuse me, what the fuck, dude? What are you talking about? What are you saying?
Yeah,
like,
may I ask a question though? Seriously. No. Yeah, listen. So this is the question. How can someone be a mastermind but also be a moron at the same time? That's impossible. You can't.
Exactly.
You can't go in there. You can't go in there
moron
and mastermind the taking over of a nation with the Russians, and then also at the same time be the most befuddled idiot that will just, oh, he's so stupid. Oh, but wait, he's so stupid, but yet he worked with Putin to steal the country from you? That doesn't sound like a stupid person. That sounds like a very wise individual that you allowed to steal the country from you.
That he was so wise.
Who is the stupid one here?
That he was so wise, as he claimed.
Or the person who knew it was going to be stolen and yet allowed it to happen?
He didn't claim he was wise. He claimed he was smart. Difference.
He was so smart, as you guys claim, that he was president in 2020 when he's claiming that all this shit happened. He had control of the government, had control of the executive branch, had control of all these folks, the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, whatever the fuck that report to him. Yet he's claiming that the only time he was president and they ran election, that's when they had fraud. When the other two times that we had Democrats, as Obama and Biden were president, and he won, there's no fraud in those ones, right? He's not focusing.
I'm not going to commit to there being fraud.
This happened like 6 years ago. Don't you guys think it's time for him to get over this shit?
Actually, no, and here's why. There was an election in 1876. I'm taking you back in time, and it's important. It was called the Hayes-Tilden election. Rutherford B. Hayes versus Samuel Tilden. And Samuel Tilden was a Democrat, and Rutherford B. Hayes was a Republican. It ended up being a really close election. Alternate slates of electors were sent. People were trying to screw around to get into the House, the same way Trump was. And as a consequence, the left-hand side of the aisle, the Democrats, believed that the 1876 election was rigged, and they believed it was rigged for about 35 or 40 years. From the highest of the high to the lowest of the low. They all believed it. So you have a corollary in history, which is that this isn't going to go away quickly at all if you are sort of supposed to think he's lying. Right? It's not going anywhere, at least that's what history tells us. It tells us it's going to stick around for 3 or 4 decades.
I bet you he's not gonna stick around. Once he's out of office, because he's the one that's pushing it. He's the one that.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the one. I mean,
I bet you once he's out of office,
He's
this is gonna
the
stop.
one. He's the vocal.
Desperado.
He's the vocal output for the rest of the nation that is too busy living out their lives, paying their bills,
There's no fucking
to come out and say,
Desperado.
unlike the progressive left, the right actually holds lives. And you can tell because for 4 years, you never heard any pot banging while Biden was, sleeping through the fucking halls of the White House. Motherfuckers waited till 4 years up. Well, first off, I can tell you right now, in Colorado alone, every weekend you can see these dumbasses standing in the same fucking intersections, banging the same fucking pots, holding the same dumbass fucking signs that they probably held back in fucking 2016, 17. It's dumb. Like, how do you got so much fucking time to protest? Who's paying your bills?
Trust fund baby.
No one's protesting. Everyone's just laughing. I mean, honestly,
Nobody's laughing.
It's embarrassing. No,
What's
actually,
embarrassing?
a lot of people are. He's like, literally, the speech was, I mean, honestly. I mean, come on. Like, seriously, it's 2026. Let's look for the future. Like, honestly, this is,
Okay.
it is just,
So
I hate people saying that. Is if 2026 has different behaviors than 2025 or 2027.
Listen, I tell you what, Marshall. Let's give them moving
he was
forward
the
to the
president
future. And we can't. No,
he was the president, too. That's the other irony, though.
We can move forward. This is how we're going to move forward, okay? You ready? Only American citizens get to vote in American.
That's what's been happening.
Plain and simple.
The
Plain and simple.
thing
That is not what's
he's
happening.
scared.
That is not what's happening.
He's super scared of the November elections. He's trying to play defense.
Desperado. It's in my head, that song, Desperado.
I don't know if he's afraid, but it's like
he's worried.
He's scared.
I'm glad something at least is
worry
in your
makes
head.
sense because usually in a 4-year cycle during the midterms, the party switches to the opposing side.
Desperado. It's like bothering me. The song keeps replaying in my head. Desperado.
Then why do you have to sing it out loud? Like, sing it to yourself.
I mean, I guess the acoustics are top notch in your head. I don't know what to tell you. You have.
I'm sorry, I don't have as great as a voice as you do. Sorry.
I appreciate. I'm kind of confused. Like everybody's saying, there's no such thing as election interference when we actually saw that in 2016. So the idea that it being preposterous that it wouldn't occur from influential ones, including on our own soil, seems to be, I don't know, fucking just retarded on its face. Like you would accept the fact that, yeah, there was election interference in 2016 done by, let me see. Oh yeah, that's right, Obama's administration. So if there was election interference through the president, why wouldn't you say, you know what? We're aware that multiple countries around the world try to weigh in on influences, try to levy influences on elections and voting turnout, including fucking Canada. But yet somehow Trump is wrong about this. But we've known about this for, I don't know, what, Marshall? Like, at least since I've been around and voting and active in politics. So I would say, since Reagan, like, I mean, I'm really confused. They have influence over policies. They try to push policies in the U.S. that they deem Canada is notorious for it. Mexico has done it. A shitload of other nations because they all want a piece of America's pie. China does it all the time. Literally all the time. They sent
all of our universities will not.
Yeah, they sent a balloon over our country, and they continue to do that.
So I just need 10,000 votes. I just need how many votes did he demand for? Like,
you mean let's stop counting and then all of a sudden 6 a.m. and our candidate has amassed.
Yeah, dude, it was tacky. He shouldn't have asked. Like, what's the point? He shouldn't have asked. It show that he was improperly interfering. So what's the point?
I'm just so confused why people believe that
And
they're.
here's the next chapter. He's
Dude,
doing the
oh my
same
God.
thing again.
Okay, so he did. So he believes it. And it looks like he's posting some documents about China's interference and its influence on our elections, which we're
But
not.
not Russia.
Okay, so we have China
Nobody.
influencing.
In fact, he actually admitted Russia interfered. He said they didn't interfere with him, and the Mueller report said they didn't interfere. The only thing the Mueller report said, which it left up to the prosecutors, was an obstruction of justice charge. The same charge Bill Clinton caught. So, like, get your shit right.
I mean, shit, we have China influencing over our private businesses. Disney is another prime case in point. There's a plethora. We have the Korean.
Top Gun Maverick is a great one. Only because Top Gun Maverick had a patch originally for the Chinese. And the Chinese, because it was going to be released internationally, begged them or told them they weren't going to be able to show it unless they took it off.
Well, that's Paramount's fault.
Well, yes, I agree. I don't think we should cater to them. But I mean, fuck Disney. Disney made a whole bunch of fucking movies based on China and all that stuff that were pro-China. But yet somehow
these were Chinese.
But you think somehow or another China and their bevy of it, like, fuck, we just arrested a mayor that was a spy for China.
For real.
And we just had, what was it, Swalwell, you know, the darling prince of
Swalwell and his mistress.
Yeah.
Not to mention Di-Fi or Driver.
Yeah,
Driver was a Chinese asset.
So are these not interferences in our political system?
So is ICE going after Chinese people now? Is that what I'm hearing?
We're not fucking talking about ICE. My God, woman, stick on topic. It's not about ICE. If you want to create an entirely separate topic, do so. But stick to the fucking topic. It's not that.
Actually, and to the idiot in the chat, Tiger, who like clearly is, I just don't really give a shit. But I'm going to comment on this. Spying is not interference. Actually, Fang Fang helped elect Swalwell. She gathered funds. She managed his campaign. So yes, that is interference. All the while relaying information about absolutely a ton of shit back to your fucking country. So quite frankly, I'd boot you out just as fast as we did her, or maybe lock you up in prison. Like, I hate the fact that we're trying to give carve-outs and the people on the left and those that actually get caught with it and support all the shit and have to own on it. You can't just simply admit it. Yeah, you know what? The Russians tape was real. It's not a Big Ten. It's just opposition to anything because you said you were self-entitled. You bitch about immigration. See? And you haven't even realized the fact that Obama used the same tools, did the same shit, actually had more ICE arrests under him than Trump will ever reach.
I didn't mention about immigration. Sorry, you're talking to me? I didn't.
Yes, you just mentioned immigration,
No,
did you not?
No, I didn't. I was
Oh shit! I heard you talk about ICE. That's immigration.
I just said, is ICE going after Chinese people? That's all
Bro,
I didn't.
ICE is called Immigration and Custom Enforcement. It's literally an immigration
just
thing.
badgered her for not sticking the topic. Stick the topic, Marshall. Thank you.
Why are you telling Marshall what to do?
Because he
If
just,
you're not even from this country either.
So if we're gonna keep it to the topic,
right?
look, if we're gonna
I'm
keep
a
it to the
citizen
topic,
like you,
then
Viking, right?
let's figure this out. How is it that Democrats get away with the elections whenever they lose, but we finally get a Republican to say, "Hey, we believe that there's horseshit going on," and all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. Their heads fucking implode into their asses, and there's no way of fucking running away. Listen, even Jimmy Carter. Okay, excuse me, sir. You spoke. I did not interrupt neither one of you retards. Can you shut the fuck up for a second?
Act like we give a shit.
Can you let me finish? I know you
called me a
can't.
retard, so let me act.
I could be polite and say, hey, you let me finish, but I'm gonna be cocky.
Let him land.
Let me
So,
out.
Let cock land. Go ahead.
Pause. Cock can't talk anymore. Land, cock.
Why, do you want him to land on your forehead?
You're on mute, cock.
Does he do that? Does he do that? Does he land on yours?
Probably does.
Can you move this ninja guy down?
I can slap my cock on your forehead. Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
yeah, I figured that.
Hey man, go, y'all go somewhere with that gay shit, man. Please.
Oh,
Go ahead,
that-
DLC.
What the fuck? This guy, this is unreal.
He just wants to say that he has a cock, okay? I mean, that's what sounds.
DLC, go ahead, man.
Move the C down.
I only want to hear C say the word.
So,
Okay.
what was that, man?
Make your submission, gang.
No, just listen. My question is why is it that only Democrats get to deny elections? Why is that?
Why is it okay for them to stand up and scream to fucking Kingdom Come and Peach 45? Remember that? Remember during Bush, Gore? Remember that?
Not my president.
Not my president.
Bush Gore is the best example, and then Claire McCaskill, who's no longer in the Senate in 2005, objected to George W. Bush being the president. She did it within the rules, but it was still a prominent figure in the Democratic Party claiming George W. Bush rigged an election.
Hell, they even complained when Eric Adams won New York City. And they said it was fraudulent. So, I mean, just make up your own minds. Like, pick one. Pick a lane and stick with it. But you guys are all over the place. You make no sense. And then you go, oh, you guys are just in a cult. Well, the Trumpers are not in a cult. They got their voices heard. They fought for it. They went out and voted.
Keep telling
It
that
met.
to yourself. Keep
And,
telling
and
Really?
not only that, listen,
Wait, hold on. So they lost, you guys lost the blue wall.
He's gonna bring it down. He's
Dude,
gonna
take
bring
a
it
hit of
down.
that crack pipe and just
Bringing it
relax.
down. He's gonna
The C lady is insane. Can you move her?
The retardation is there. This is why you don't meet with your cousins. So you had like a plethora of issues here. Not my president, impeach 45. You did 2 impeachments. You created a fucking false thing of Russia. You did all of these things literally for
Bush
the
was the devil. Remember that?
yeah, and then you've had since this administration, you've lost the blue wall, which was literally all swing states. You didn't take Pennsylvania. You didn't take Michigan. You barely won any swing counties throughout the nation. So when you look at this and saying, oh, you Trumpers are just blah, 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 you've done this for now 8 years, 10 years now, and now you're thinking somehow or another, this is going to work for you. And you haven't. And when everybody else can see, yes, China's interfering. Fuck, they had a balloon over the United States, and Biden had to issue where he was going to shoot it down. So what the fuck are you talking about? That they're not spying, they're not interfering, and the idea that they had police stations in our fucking country that they were arresting fucking Chinese people in
police stations in New York.
What is
Yeah.
the balloon thing?
Real quick, one final thing that I was going to
I'm
say
so
about that
scared.
before I got interrupted, and this is what happens when retouch jump up, which is, Brad, it is hilarious to see how, not only to your point, they can't make up their minds. It's hilarious to see, though, when their own people, like Jimmy Carter, who got up and did a study and found out that mail-in ballots, folks, believe it or not, are widely open to fucking fraud. So, you gotta
Well,
think.
only if you don't have a citizenship verification and no signature verification.
But this
Like
is the thing.
in
This
Texas,
is the
the
thing.
way they
The Carter study found out that in fact mail-in ballots were susceptible to fraud, and that in fact it needed to be revised, it needed to be reformed, and more importantly, it needed to be at least scheduled out for just military, if at best. Now this is the thing.
Well, yeah, because it
That's
was
Jimmy
put
Carter.
together during the Civil War. That's
Right.
where mail-in ballot came from.
This is Jimmy Carter, okay? A Democrat, a full-blown, legitimate, Democrat while he was still alive. And the guy said that. He got treated like an outcast when he said that. They still considered him a Democrat, but they treated him like an outcast when he said that.
Well, I
Why
moved.
is that?
I moved 2
Why
months
is
ago.
it that when
I live in
Democrats come out,
California,
look at what they
and I
did
had
to
to go
excuse
through
me,
hell
ma'am.
to get my
Excuse
ballot
me,
because
I'm
I
gonna
moved.
end it with this. Look at what
Wait,
they
hold on a second. You had to go through hell to get your ballot because you moved? It's called fucking change of address form. Like, do some work. Don't be lazy.
No, I did it, but they actually they went through. It was not as easy as you say, Marshall. Honestly, that's.
I didn't say it was easy.
I'm saying like
I said you had to register yourself at a different address.
No, I know,
Difference.
but no, but they verified it and all that jazz. Like the thing is, I had to actually. So the thing is, it was a process. It wasn't just like everyone's trying to say, oh, you know.
Could you imagine C trying to explain her situation at the office to the lady, the clerk, to get her shit changed? Going on, like it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
C should not be allowed to vote. I'm just saying.
What's the process, C? What was so difficult?
She had to spell her name.
And start certain words with capitals.
You're on mute.
Well, her name is C, but she signs with a name.
He also just put in the chat that none of Trump's promises came true since he's been in office. So I put no, clearly tax on tips was something he promised, and he covered that. He covered no more illegals coming across the border. I asked her to tell me how many illegals have crossed the border since his administration's been in. Can you guys think of other things that he promised?
Stuff like that, friends. Immigration, economic things, investments, First Step Act. Like, what else do you want? We can go on all day.
No new wars, inflation, tariffs is gonna bring back jobs. I think all of these, he fulfilled all of those promises.
Do you think he hasn't brought back jobs, Ben?
What's the unemployment rate, Ben?
Yeah, it's a secret, man.
Yeah, I don't know, Ben. I don't know what he do for a living, but he definitely brought back jobs.
He gave
Businesses have opened in the United States to bring back to the United States.
Chips are not coming
I think
here.
that,
I mean, he's done a shitty job.
those are just very easy, good little stuff that you're
He's done a
trying to
shitty
put.
What's the unemployment rate, Ben?
Isn't it 4 point? Is it 4.2?
Okay.
You gotta hold on.
Okay, what's the unemployment
What
rate?
companies have moved back to America, Ben? What industries or companies have opened back up in the U.S. since he? I'm asking you. You said he hasn't brought back jobs. I'm asking you.
No, but you're claiming that companies move back, so you're the one that should answer that.
Yep, so Nissan Motors, we can go through some of the car manufacturers that have now opened up plants back in the United States that moved back from Mexico.
Even Porsche built a new factory here now.
Really? Did they?
And Mercedes got a
I
new
did not know that.
place down in Alabama too.
Where did Porsche open up, Robbie?
I believe in the Carolinas.
That's interesting because the tariffs had hit Porsche pretty hard. So interesting that they opened up here. I did not know.
Well, as you know, Abby, yeah, I went in and I went over to the Middle East, a little place called the Middle East. Have you heard of that place? And they pledged $19 trillion, okay? It's a little number, as you know, $19 trillion. I mean, have you ever heard of a number that big, okay? And it's all coming back to our country. It's going to be fantastic, folks. You're going to see it. Well, look, the golden age is already upon us, okay? It's just that we have a lot of radical Democrats, okay?
Well, Mr.
And we're going to get rid of them, folks.
Mr. President,
Bitches read, okay? Because the problem here is, folks, is these people, they've been killing you for so fucking long that they don't know what the fuck they're doing, folks. Okay?
I know.
These people are just fucking crazy. I'm sorry. These people are nuts, a little loco, okay?
When they pray, Mr. President, they like to hit themselves with like chains. They like to scar themselves when they hit themselves, like when they pray.
Well, scar, masturbate, I don't care, fucking goat, I don't care. Look, all I'm saying is Iran is not gonna have a nuclear weapon. And as you all know, folks, last year we had those beautiful B-2 bombers, as you know, from Cetus.
They were really
And they flew over. I mean, what a fantastic job these people did. I mean,
We have, as you know, the strongest and most beautiful military, and what they did was just amazing. What they did,
It was phenomenal.
you see these big, beautiful planes, and you say, "My goodness, how does this?" It's just amazing. But as you all know, the AI race, we can't let China win. We cannot. We can't let China win because if they do, folks, we're screwed. I mean, you have to think these people are making all of our devices. What's going to happen when AI tells us that we have to say Xing Xing and Ni Hao Hao Shao Ma? It's not going to be very pretty.
And what if they put COVID in the processors and give it to everybody again? I don't know. You never know with the Chinese.
You're starting to sound very low IQ. I'm so sorry, sir. Matt, could we possibly moderate coming on here? Thank you so much. Thank you.
I was just, being on the
I
conspiracy.
wish I would have recorded that. That shit was amazing.
That was unbelievable. You could literally probably fool somebody with the right landline that you're talking to. Oh, for sure.
Well, I almost away one night. I called Maxine Waters. I wanted to see how sexy she would sound in the middle of the night. So I called her and I wanted to hear her sexy voice. Because, honestly, I kind of liked what I used to hear her say in Peach 45. It kind of turned me on just a little bit, I will say. But Maxine Water, that predator face that she has, I wanted to hear her voice in the middle of the night. I wanted to make sure that she wasn't going to be doing the gargling sounds that the predator makes. Because, folks, she looks like the predator. I'm so sorry. Buddy Ryan, as you know, I was trying to play nice guy. What happened? But let's not make this about me, okay? Because we got a lot of other people, especially Brad and folks. I know Brad has a lot of people who despise him on this app, but Brad is a very high IQ individual.
I have a lot of people.
And when Brad speaks, you should all listen, okay? You should all listen.
Wait, I have a lot of people that hate me.
Well, I suppose, Brad, it would be love from their end. I suppose they would think it's love.
Tiger says in the chat that America is responsible for COVID.
No, it's not. It was a your little bullshit
The
virus.
fucking Wuhan lab. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they
You
wanted
know,
to
I'll
kill
tell you
off their
what.
elderly.
Out of the 8 years that Obama had in office, there were very far few in between things that he did during those 8 years. And I'm sorry, Ravi, that I cut you off, but I just want to say this. The cutting of the funding to the NIH, I think it was, to keep doing that gain of function research, that was one of the very few things that man did while he was in office that was commendable. Outside of that, it's all downhill.
To be fair, Fauci ignored Obama's orders and continued to do the research.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Oh, you're right. Shit, yeah.
Yep, he told Obama to go shove it up his ass, and he was going to do what he wanted to. So at the end of the day, you have Fauci, who, in my case, should have. I argued for a long time that he should have gone to prison, but
For sure.
people don't want him. He's Saint Fauci.
Hey, I had a question. Are you there?
Yeah.
So, I came across a Supreme Court ruling that had granted Congress full authority to do as they please with federal elections. And of course, we had the recent one that came out that stated that, I guess they turned down Trump's ability to regulate mail-in ballots in California. What happens when you have two separate Supreme Court rulings that, in a sense, contradict one another?
It's an interesting question. I mean, it happens, but usually
And if you need, the one I'm referring to is from 1880, ex parte Siebold, where there was some state officials in Baltimore that tried to block U.S. Marshals from fulfilling the role of whatever the federal government required them to do
when it came to the ballot boxes. They were put there to basically monitor them. And the state officials, the judges, it was 3 of them that tried to, as the document says, obstruct them from fulfilling the requirements of their role. And the U.S. Marshals locked them up. And they submitted a writ of habeas corpus, and it made it all the way up to the Supreme Court. And they struck down habeas corpus, stating the Article 1, Section 4, Clause 1, the I think it's make or alter regulations, whatever that is in the Constitution. They hung their hat on that, and they said that the Congress has full authority to regulate all federal elections because they use the 2 different citizenship statuses as a way of confirming that the states cannot override federal authority, specifically when it comes to federal elections. So it's kind of like the context of what happened in that particular court case in 1880.
Often, I mean, they've had they've had rulings that have conflicted, but usually they'll distinguish on the facts. There's a difference on the facts, and it's not exactly conflicting statutes. And they've also conflicting rulings, and sometimes the new ruling will weaken the older ruling, but not exactly be in full conflict with it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Right.
But I gotta look at these 2, because I don't know the 18. What's the name of the case in the 1800s?
Ex parte, EXPARTE.
Ex parte, yeah. I mean, that's SIBO. Okay.
SIEBOLD. I'll put the.
Put it in the chat. Let me look at that, and then let me. Marshall, do you?
I need to look at it too.
Although my initial thought is that the power to regulate federal elections is in the time, place, manner clause, where it essentially says time, place, and manner are derived to the states except for federal elections. And that's, at least in my interpretation, that was supposed to be reflected to Congress. But let's look at the case you were recommending, because that'll be an interesting way to tell.
I'm reading this. I mean, you still, regardless, you still have elements of the supremacy clause that will kick in, even with the states regulating elections. We have in our Constitution clauses that conflict with each other. Forgetting court rulings, there's always been that argument that states' rights and the supremacy clause fight each other, and there's scholars that will give it to the supremacy clause and some that will argue that the states' rights will fail in certain circumstances. Again, you look at the facts.
On pages 384 through 386 or even 387, that part, those pages have like some of the strongest language, because they literally say if there's ever a case where so the position that the Justice Bradley wrote in this one is that states can regulate federal elections as long as there's no regulation that's sent down from the federal government. If the federal government sends a regulation down to regulate a federal election that's being handled and managed by a state, if the state's law or whatever is in place, it shall cease to exist. It's like that type of declarative language. So I was like, oh shit, this is gonna get interesting.
Yeah, but it is, as Marshall said, under time, place, and manner, that our Constitution gives Congress the power to alter regulations regarding time, place, and manner for holding elections. But that's for federal senators, federal elections. I don't know. This is an interesting one. My God, you're giving me like a law school question. Looking.
Yeah.
It really is like a law school question.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is constitutional law 101.
So I gotta say this to you. I
Actually, they
appreciate
touched
your.
base on this on like 102. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, sort of. I appreciate your scholarship like nobody's business. Thank you for putting it together.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. Thank you as well.
Yeah, he's always amazing with this stuff.
I missed everyone's reaction. Y'all believe us yet?
Oh, I'm a believer. I'm a believer if I try.
Shall we lose?
Hello, Joe.
Up. I mean, it's a lot heavier when you have a national address from the podium of the presidency, making allegations that our largest adversaries have been rigging our elections, and that he alluded to was involved with it. They were hiding the information during his first term.
Well, boys, the Bugaloo's about to get going. Who's ready to ride that way? Ding, 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 ding.
11 million documents. We're going to have a treasure trove for weeks of this stuff rolling out. From
11 million documents, weeks. That's gonna take months.
Is there,
years.
that's what's on the website, the White House Gov website, Joe? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, where the actual files are right now.
Hold on, so they really doing this data dump?
Yeah, I think it's a real deal, right, Joe? I mean,
he said, and that's what talking heads on the different news outlets are saying, that it's 11 million documents, and then the department heads will be having their own press where they talk to the press here in the next couple of days.
You know, guys, he keeps saying that Iran is about Iran not having a nuclear weapon, but I honestly believe that Venezuela was the preface to the end game, which is China. I don't think any of this shit has anything to do with Israel. I don't think any of this shit has anything to do with Iran not having nuclear weapons. I think he's doing all this shit to chokehold China in the end. Who's China
I
buying
can
oil
definitely
from?
see that angle. I can see that angle.
Well, you gotta think, who's China buying oil from? Venezuela, Iran. Who the fuck did he go after? Venezuela, Iran. Who do we send all of our manufacturing to? China. Who's he trying to get the manufacturing back from? China. You know them niggas ain't happy with him. He's fucking with their bread, with they milk and honey that they've had since 19 what? Well, granted they've had it since Nixon went over there and waved his fucking peace signs around and allegedly opened China to the west, but you know, really the opening really happened with Reagan, and they got fucking put on steroids with NAFTA, which NAFTA was supposed to, you know, help the American Union between Canada, America, and Mexico flourish, but instead, motherfuckers just took that as a way out to go straight to China, so, and the rest of Asia. But please, by all means, I'm going to be on talking too much. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm dumb.
It's always been about China. Everything's about China.
China.
yep, China.
Well, excuse me, it's China. It's China. Okay, China. Joe, come on, you're a very high IQ individual. Okay, Joe, don't do this to me, Joe. It's China. China. It's very simple, Joe.
Yeah, I swear that was AI if I heard you. That was too good.
So where does this go? I mean, has there been any indictments or charges? I don't even know. The next phase, or I didn't even know what happens next.
Oh man, you gotta think if indictments are next, then the civil wars.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Good point.
You know, because you know exactly what their straw man is gonna be, what they're gonna go for. It's gonna be, this is political persecution. This is, this is what he wanted all along. When in all reality, they were the ones stoking the fucking flames of all of this political persecution shit. They love to. They love to, what was the word that I'm looking for? They love to project. Because lo and behold, wasn't the dossier alleging that Trump was in a hotel in Russia, getting prostitutes to pee on him? And yeah, turn around and find out it was actually Joe Biden's son who was out there taking $3.2 billion from the fucking wife of the Russian mayor. And he was the one who was actually in a hotel in Russia getting peed on by Russian prostitutes. But, we were supposed to believe that it was Trump, really, who was really doing that. But then again, what the fuck do I know? I'm just a cock. A very beautiful, bright, colorful cock at that, I may add.
Is it enough, Beaver? Are you satisfied?
There's never enough fever for this cock, Joe. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. It's like cowbell. It's a fever that's never ending and can only be fulfilled with more cowbell.
Abby, I put the wrong one in there. This is actually the majority. My bad.
Okay, I've been reading this. And an answer is different set of facts on it.
Beaver sounds like ear problems. Show just give you a heads up. But he's having some ear problems.
Can someone tell me what's going on with the air quality that they say something's coming out of Canada into some of the
Those are the
northeastern
fires
cities?
up in Canada.
Well, we have these forest fires in Canada that unfortunately, it's a clear sign that the earth is upset with us. And, trees are just self-combusting out there in the middle of nowhere. Climate change.
Where are the fires in Canada?
Yeah, I'm in Cleveland.
Yeah, I heard Cleveland got hit really hard with it.
It's like smoky as hell out here.
I'm in Philly and it was smoky here, but it's like, super humid too. But I heard Cleveland has it bad. So where is it in Canada that the fires are? Do you know?
Ontario.
Yeah, I think it's coming down from the northern parts of Ontario. Well, they did the same thing, 2 years ago? Do you guys remember 2024?
Yes.
When most of the Northeast got slammed with all that smoke. Yeah, it's crazy because I'm in Wyoming and I had been in Wyoming for a year at that point. And all of that smoke came down this way, Wyoming, Colorado, Montana, and I mean, you could tell this shit is deliberate. There's no way in hell you're gonna tell me that just out of the blue, you're gonna have millions of acres just fucking combust out of the nowhere over what? Sunlight? They get bombarded with sunlight every day. How come they didn't combust the other day? It was just magically now, all of a sudden now. And it wasn't even that hot for them to self-combust. What the fuck we doing here?
There's parts of Wyoming I've driven through where there's, it's when you drive from like the middle of the state, like from Thermopolis over towards Jackson.
Thermopolis is
Yeah.
shit.
It's a shithole, right?
Well, no. Wyoming is a beautiful state.
And Wyoming's beautiful.
It's very beautiful, and the people are very beautiful. They're very kind.
They are.
Very gentle.
They are. I agree
very
with you.
Very nice people. And to the Democrats in Colorado that want to come up and ruin Wyoming, go fuck yourselves.
But there are burnt areas. What I was going to say is when you do that ride, you see areas, and I was told that some of them were intentionally burnt.
Yeah. Because, you got to prove that climate change is real. And how better way to prove that climate change is real than by, shoving smoke down the throats of, 20, 30, maybe 50 million people, And in the process,
process devastating millions of acres of pristine land because, you know, it's climate change, of course, folks. Climate change.
So how's Liz Cheney these days in Wyoming?
I was actually in her old stomping grounds of, her dad's old stomping grounds of Lusk about a month ago. I don't even think she's in Wyoming anymore, to be honest with you. I think she left. But she's definitely persona non grata here. I can tell you that right now. That is very clear and evident. She is persona non grata.
I knew some Dems in Jackson that switched parties to vote in that primary to try to get her in. I mean, but there was no way she was getting back in that primary.
The one thing that I went down to the GOP offices here, and it wasn't like I had, some kind of eye melting or brain melting information, but I did tell them, I was like, listen, I know you guys look at these electoral maps on on the election night. It's like this map is getting awfully pink, and from here is gonna go purple, and from purple it'll go blue. It's like they're not heeding the warning. And I tell them, I was like, if you guys think that Jackson is not capable of transmuting over to the east side of the state, eastern part of the state, you guys are absolutely lost. All of your cojones. You guys have lost the plot. Democrats are making a push on Wyoming. It's only 3 electoral votes, but trust me, they're making a push on it.
It's a college town too, so is it Cheyenne? I mean, between that and Jackson.
Laramie is.
Laramie.
Cheyenne is the capital, but yeah, Laramie is.
Is that where University is?
That's where University of Wyoming is, yeah.
Jackson has, so many people have moved there. During COVID, it was insane how many people moved there.
Oh,
and they were blue people moving.
And, this is the thing. Now, look, you want to move, great. It's a free nation. You can move wherever the fuck you want, but let's be honest. There's a reason why the place you left is in the condition that is in, and it's because you voted this fucking way down there. And it ruined that. So why the fuck are you gonna come here and vote for the same shit here? Like, Trump is absolutely 100% correct. These motherfuckers are indeed, unequivocally, dumb fucks. They are, in fact, Democrats. There's no way of putting it. It's that insanity. Doing the same shit over and over again and expecting a different outcome. That's what the fuck that they truly are insane.
I mean, look at how normal California became. Like, if you watch the mayoral race in LA, nobody voted for tax increase on that ballot. Bass and Pratt were in the lead. All the in-person ballots, complete opposite. What was it? 90% voted against the taxing. All of a sudden, mail-in ballots come in, and the Indian woman ends up,
she took second place, right?
Yeah, she took second place. But more importantly, like, this is the one where I go, there has to be something wrong. Almost all of them had an election or a selection box to increase taxes. I'm telling you, what American truly, really wishes that their taxes increase? Like, who votes for that? Who really passes that? And even under Bass's campaign, she had the most turnout for her and had the highest number of people who voted in opposition of a tax increase. So that should tell you that there is something amiss in that election system there, or that turnout, because I can't recall. In my life, I've never voted for a tax increase. I don't. Abby, have you ever voted for a tax increase? I don't think so. I don't think anybody really has.
No, I cannot think of a time I voted for a tax increase. Unless I'm trying to think of who I would have voted for that was in their platform. I can't.
But then people automatically say, "Oh, no, you're lying about it." And but what's odd about it is all the tax increases came from the mail-in ballot portion. So I'm going to be honest. Unless you're telling me LA is filled with, I'm going to say stupid people, I'm confused. Why would you just vote for a tax increase? Well, yeah, but why would you vote for a tax increase only through mail-in ballot? Like, why wouldn't you have that significant portion on the in-person ballots vote for a tax increase? I've never seen something so starkly contrasted before in our election system as that one thing. It's mesmerizing. And
I know
people are
how.
like,
I know why.
oh, you do? Oh, you may have the answer. Maybe China did.
No, I heard that, no, they ballot harvested the homeless. We have the largest homeless population. And I tried to say it earlier, but I think I got cut off because I was in the red zone. But yeah, we have the largest homeless population. How do you think they're going to get more money? And they went around and harvested votes from all these homeless people. It was reported on. You could find a report. I think it just came out either earlier today or yesterday. But yeah, that's exactly, ballot harvesting is legal in California. So that answers probably more than half of your problems.
Okay. So you mean to tell me that there was so many homeless, they outdid and outperformed all of the non-homeless people that, they voted for a tax increase? Like, I mean, I know you have a ton of homeless people, but I didn't think it was that many.
Yeah, Brad, they come from all over the nation to live here. The weather is great, and they can set up their house anywhere. They can live anywhere they want. They can live, like, on the bay, just set up their tent, no taxes. Like, yeah, we feed them, we give them everything they need, and the weather's great. You should come and hang out sometime up here in the north.
I had an office in San Francisco. We closed it down. But that alone should tell you that there's something odd about our election system, and that political parties will weaponize it, utilize it, exploit it, and do it. And we have nations. We have caught nations doing it. Like, I mean, shit, Canada was known to do that for the dairy farmers over very specific policies and acts and funnel money in. I find it absurd that people don't believe that, like, China, out of all of them, is just somehow innocent. Like, I get it. They're retarded, but they're still trying to do stupid shit. Like, we keep catching their spies. We keep catching various entities. We're catching them in schools. They're stealing IP. I mean, these are really not an honorable nation of sorts.
Well, their government certainly isn't. I mean, I'm sure, the CCP doesn't stand or represent the entirety of the Chinese population, but yeah, their government is. You got to think they've been opening up confusion centers in this country since the mid to late 70s, and it's been an onslaught since. Matter of fact, I'm willing to say they've been opening up confusion centers here since the late 60s, actually. And those confusion centers are directly on college campuses, on university campuses. So yeah, and then you got to think, if you look at the correlation when the Confucius centers came in, you take 1 to 2 generations to finally get to where you want to be in terms of high output, in terms of how you're gonna target the population. And surely enough, their plan is in fact working, because you got to think, I forget what the popular communist was that said that it would take about 2 generations to get America to fold, because all they would have to do is, basically get themselves in the educational system, and from there they would branch out, and it would be a virus that would be unstoppable, because now that they're being put in charge of educating the next generation of what would be patriots, but instead, what do we have now? Just look around. We have a bunch of socialist wannabes, communist commie wannabes that think that, communism and socialism is the way to go, even though history very clearly dictates that there'll be a couple 100 million of them dead before it's all over and said and done.
I thought we shut a lot of those down. I have this memory that there was something that happened that I don't know if we cut off funding, but I thought those Confucius centers, a lot of them got shut down.
Their funding was cut off, but when funding was cut off home side, China started to pump money into them. They're still up and going. A lot of them still are, especially in California. If memory serves me correct, I believe there's one in UCLA, on UCLA campus grounds. And I could be wrong, but I believe there's one on USC campus grounds as well.
Wow, I really thought they had gone away. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
All right, so let's call it for what it is. You guys tell me if you guys would agree with this. Considering that Hollywood has a pattern of showing us the shit that the overlords are, planning to do or going to do to us, not just planning. Who here believes that the Obamas making that fucking movie that they put on Netflix? What was it called? I forgot. Funny because I watched it and I forgot the stupid name of it. But who here thinks that these two were actually sending the world and our country, for that matter, a sign that, hey, this is what the fuck is about to happen to you, motherfucker?
What was your question? What'd you say, nigga?
Do we believe that the Obamas took a shot at letting the population know what's coming next? Is that a better way to rephrase the question? Very well.
Nah, my IQ ain't the highest, gang, so I'm trying to comprehend what you're saying, man.
Well, nigga, spark that Dutch up, man. Come on. Get them brain cells stimulated. Let's go, dog. What's going on here? Hey, but I do want to say thank you. I appreciate you. You came in early, you know what I'm saying? You manhandled the trolls. You took care of business. You kept it on topic, unlike bitch-ass Matt over there who, decided to give up on his job of being like a mod. We're in the state of us down and out for the count. He's sick. But Matt, everything horrible that happened on this stage tonight and subsequently every other night before is all your fault, motherfucker. This is all your fault, man.
Yeah, no, y'all were tweaking earlier, man. No.
That C and that yo dude, that fuck, them two was tweaking.
Yeah, them niggas was tweaking, bro. I ain't cop, bro. But it seemed like they was the life of the room, apparently.
You know what it is, Timothy? Most people come into the rooms when them trolls are on stage because they're not really after a legit, concise conversation. They just out for pure, explicit,
hell yeah.
Entertainment. That's it. That's all they after.
Hell yeah, that's Clubhouse for you, gang. Motherfuckers come in here to troll and laugh for real.
And that's it. Listen, I've seen rooms with trolls on stage cussing each other out, kinds of foul shit on each other's mother, and the rooms be popping, couple hundred people. The moment people start talking about money and finances and shit, knowledge, you start seeing them numbers dwindle. 102,
97, 86. Nigga, before you know it, you down to a small ass room with like 23 people, and that's it. But then as soon as you bring back the fuckery, guess what happens to the cat? Oh, here they go. Here come the people right back.
Yup, you damn right, bro. Like, you spot on, nigga. Okay. Which do you prefer? Do you like the smart, like, what you come here for the knowledge, just for the conversations, like?
Yeah, I've been on this app since season 1, dog. I come here for the conversation. I don't come here to gallivant, to lambast. I don't come here to troll on people. Well, I do troll on people once in a blue moon, but I come here for the conversation, which unfortunately is an art that people do not know how to engage in. Most people don't know how to engage in the art of conversation, and it's sad because they want to be part of the conversation, but they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to get their point to the finish line.
Yeah, no cap. How you feel about the race topics?
I'm done with it. I'm so done with it, man. That's one of the main reasons why I changed my name to COC. I was like, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of hearing about people. I'm tired of hearing about the melanin on your skin, man. Can I hear about the content of your fucking character? Because I've been fucked over by people that look just like me. By my own people.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, all of this bullshit that I hear in these rooms, like, oh, motherfucker, white people will fuck each other over, okay, for the sake of full-blown impropriety. Like, what are we doing here? Like, now we gonna act like we don't do the same shit? Like, it's just only white people? Like, we supposed to just stand up and then also, you know, this the bullshit, brown paper bag, you know.
Oh, man, you're getting off code, brother.
Yeah, no, but fuck the code. Fuck the fucking code.
What's the
happening with every nation? It's not just you or black or yellow, or it happens with everyone.
Oh, you know what the code is. Fuck these crackers. That's the code. Fuck crackers. You know what I mean? We gotta stop buying all these weeds from these Asians. You know what the code is.
Yeah, that shit ain't gonna stop though, man. It ain't stopping no time soon. And we kept them race rooms, bro. That's like you said. That's where the numbers is, man. Niggas, the motherfuckers want to talk about that shit, man. But we were saying the other day, motherfuckers only talk about black racial shit. You know what I mean? I don't never hop on Clubhouse and see white racial shit. Like, it's always black.
So,
I've witnessed white on white violence on this app, I will say. I mean, have you ever seen Viking? You ever seen Brad take on these white folks?
No, but he mentioned...
Have you ever hopped on Clubhouse and seen, you know, a white racist room, though? Like, well, not a white racist room, a room where they're discussing about racist shit white people do.
Oh, yeah, nah, you never. Man, you know that, man, listen, dog. White people got way too many problems in their lives to be worried about fucking racism. They got the bills. They got that to worry about. You know, they got little Jimmy to worry about. They got to worry about little Jimmy going down to Kensington in Florida and doing a little meth, a little crack, you know. White folk are hurting. Leave white folk alone, people. Please, leave white folk the fuck alone. Let them deal with their shit, you know what I'm saying? It's their turn to just say no, okay? And we're going to stand by it. And we go in solidarity, just no. Okay? And while they make it through this, we're just going to leave them alone.
So this guy says melatonin doesn't matter and we are all the same. So can white people say N-word? No.
But that's language. That's not...
Can they say N-word?
Nobody should be saying the N-word, my man.
No, can white people say N-word?
Of course white people can say it.
Why you believe nobody? Why you believe nobody?
Anybody can say that, but nobody should be saying it, period.
Hold on. 1 second. Yeah, why did you mention the N-word? The W word.
Please, hold on. I'm from Iran. Hold on. I would like to say something, please. Please, thank you.
Hey.
I am not Muslim. I am Persian. Thank you.
Say the N-word.
What? Why don't you say the N-word? You want to say the N-word. Say the N-word. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's funnier when you say
Inshallah. Say the N-word. Say it.
Do y'all be saying the N-word over there?
N-word white guys.
Hey, Hermes, man.
Yes, they
Do
do.
y'all be saying, they be saying
They be
nigga over
saying
there?
the N-word. Yeah. Left and right over there. Oh, yeah. It's our worst things.
So it
For
does
real,
matter.
they do it.
Oh, my neighbor screams it
You
all night long.
hypocrite.
It's a video game.
It doesn't matter even for you, cock.
Why y'all so fascinated with that word, though?
Because that word is what gives you a power. Isn't it?
It's like great.
That word is the symbol of defeat of white men. That's what that word is.
Defeat of white men.
Yes. Because that's something you can do and white people cannot do. It's like what Nazis were trying to achieve. What was what was allowed to them isn't allowed to others. So that's what that word is. It is your power.
So white too. So
Power, you know.
So you're white too.
Asking you saying that
No,
it
no,
doesn't
you're
matter,
complaining you're
it
white.
doesn't matter. So we are all equal here, and you talking about crackers, and we know what that white crackers and white trash. So can white man say N-word? Yes.
I can say any word I want. I can do anything to.
Say it.
Yeah, they can do anything
Say
they
it.
want to, but
Say it.
they are the common white man knows.
You gotta go
Say it.
find Pepe.
The
cannot
common
say
white
it.
man knows they can say
Because
whatever the
you're
fuck they
inferior
want to
to
say,
black
bro.
men. That's what you are. That's
What
what
do you bring the 50s? What do you bring the 50s in 2026?
Look, listen, bro.
Say the N-word.
Listen, brother. Listen to me, brother. Listen. Timothy's listen.
Don't call
Listen
me
to
brother. Don't call me brother.
Alright, bitch
Don't
ass nigga.
ever
Listen here.
call me brother.
Listen here. I'm alright, you hoe ass nigga. Listen here, you bitch ass nigga. Timothy's talking. So, as I was saying, you bitch ass nigga, that white man, he can say whatever the fuck he want to say. You feel me? But they know it come with consequences. Hoe ass nigga. You lucky you ain't near me, nigga. I'll slap the shit out of you in real life, nigga.
Timothy, you remember the other day when I said I'm for American and I don't have the empathy or the sympathy for all those foreign-borns who try to create problems and try to do all that stuff.
So we are all equal
And
here.
so, I told you.
It doesn't matter, but there are consequences for the world.
Yes, there's consequences for everything.
One second. What's the consequences today? You're talking about consequences and problem. What is the problem? Can you explain it?
It turns into assault, and then people go to jail.
I tell you that they say white people don't worry to becoming a minority. You are going to be treated equally and other bullshit, and you can see in you go. He see. He's trying to silence me. You aren't going to treat it equally. Look at the South Africa and how they're.
Nigga, fuck you, nigga. How about that, nigga? Fuck you talking about, nigga? Sit your ass in the goo, nigga. Whole ass, nigga. Yeah, how you feel about that, nigga? A black man silencing you, nigga? Whole ass, nigga. How that feel, nigga?
So
go ahead, Wallace.
So Coco, I have a question for you. How do you see America in the next?
The fuck up.
Does anybody want to speak to the topic, man? You know what I mean? Let's speak about Trump. You feel me? We don't got to speak about this black nigga shit, man. Let's speak about the topic, man.
Yeah, I just been reading Twitter, a lot of the stuff that's coming out. So there is a released document showing that Trump was receiving information in his presidential daily briefs that Russia was the threat to the election system in or around September of 2020, when in fact it was China, and people in the government were misleading the president on which foreign adversary it was. That's pretty fucking serious shit. Think about intel agencies framing its it's Russia rather than it actually being China. And what could that have done if Trump had, made a decision in regards to it being Russia, and it was wrong intel? That could start a massive conflict, illegitimate.
Well, Joe, think about not just right now. Let's go back maybe 30, 40, maybe 50 years. How much intel now, the question I suppose needs to be asked is, how much crappy intel have our presidents been fed throughout all of these years? All in the name of, these three-letter agencies playing hooky with one another.
You're looking at it wrong. So a lot of people inaccurately say, like, which country pays the most for influence in America. And a lot of people will point to Israel, and I'll tell you that you're wrong. Massively wrong. Not even close. Israel's not even close to the top tier individual nation. It's actually China through a variety of entities. Malaysia is one of them. A variety of companies. They pay for massive amounts.
Singapore.
They funnel funds. They pay for lobbies. They fuck our congressional reps. They get elected to offices. And if you speak out against it, China wages a racial war. And they'll stoke that. And we're aware of this, that China does massively try to influence. They're just really stupid about it, and they get caught a little bit. But this is where Rubio is now cracking down. And rightfully so. We've removed China, any Chinese connection from a lot of our degree programs. We remove them as students. We'll deport them. We'll detain them. And China bitches about this, but they're not really going to do anything because they are a paper tiger. But they're just thieves. They're just like grifters on the world. They wouldn't exist without the U.S.'s economic investments overall. They wouldn't be where they're at today because they're tied to the hip of the U.S. economically. Militarily, I believe Japan could take them. And they just have never been proven. They've never really tried. They talk about their technology. They talk about a lot of things, but we're really not that scared of China. We just kind of keep an eye on them, up our assets a little bit more, but we really have them contained. They'll throw something out there like supersonic missiles and think somehow that's a win when they can't even control them. And to be honest, we gave them a brief test. All that fancy equipment in Venezuela, we made it go dark in under a few seconds. So it wasn't difficult for us to pretty much show how far down the chain China truly is. They don't want a kinetic war because Cold War, but I would rather us go to other nations if we're going to do this, or do more investments back home and start pulling and let China's economy just like kind of collapse. They're not going to be able to build
the rug from underneath them.
Yeah. I mean, there's really nothing they can do. There's nothing that they truly bring. Their developments are that